is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're ever, never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. And an inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. I know. Lies hidden in your dead ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the love. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. You're the song of death. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an unguard. The fiery streak penetrates.
Somehow, you know what it is. A goop. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? This is bad. Feels like for quite still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's what you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came a fine web of more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on it. Is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. You mean someone else? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. The whirling in rags. A mirror hangs above a bent and hot water. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome. Behold, you have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, please stop. It's horrible. You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. Getting clever appears to make the expression Even worse, now it's mixed with smugness. It belongs in the new. The third day, things were good. It was forever show. If it doesn't rise out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open air, boîte de nuit, some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought you have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is you have some understanding of it. Doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. It's too late. Like an
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her eyes are brown and her face is a silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of
No.
the young woman. Officer could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
No. You're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. First, I have to ask, are you okay, sir?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, right in front of her.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth,
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
I can see that. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired. Her beauty, she nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body... I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. She looks back at you, a light glinting off.
Yes? There was the usual ruckus. Loud. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. I don't know about that. At around a slow, sad song started playing. Like that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very... Yes.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like a window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And there was. I think you screamed that I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Well, the dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have... Civilization has existed for 8. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. Glad to have been of assistance.
The door is closed. This door can only be there is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere in, still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still no. This door can only. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know you're utterly through a PA system by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should sing the sad, slow song you were listening to last night. Thought it serves them right. You have to find out how the song goes first, though. Maybe a tape of something appropriate would help. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent... A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. Inspecting. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among... Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. Concentrate.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a...
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie, 10. She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket. As you approach, on the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white...
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Yes, it is. Raphael Ambrosius.
Yes, well...
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on...
What he means is, He has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? So, the body where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a poly...
And then, soon after, dead bodies.
But first, we have to take it down. After you.
If you're about to embark on an investigation.
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me... 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body. During that... him, but used the word lynching. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was to find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know, there's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the
That's right. No, it's not a particularly mysterious. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more... I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your person? Not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means...
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can... Really? You look fine. This psychodrama...
Clearly, he prefers to think you're...
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think?
The lieutenant, we all have our different mediums.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by...
Yes, but containers contain.
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangled on the counter, rolled out of his...
No idea. Looks like possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor.
The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the... You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner, like fucking sleigh bells. What are you doing?
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Just don't think...
To be honest, he's correct. Police officers generally...
It was just an idea. Come on, relax.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. Me? I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. Well...
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Of course. Where to? It's there. In the yard, right?
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death.
What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called Roundabout. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, the harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. Some shops and a bridge. The just coast. There's a little... It's just water. No, actually, no problem. Of course. I won't hold...
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching. The kid is obviously high.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that. Trying to get...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hand... Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Run!
Help! He's...
Everyone can hear. You need to get...
Help! He's digging...
Escalate, Kuno!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his No!
The nearly psychopathic way that...
No one?
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno!
You put him up to this yourself.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck... Fucking logical. Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno.
Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well. Leave...
Officer, you need to calm down.
Okay, pig. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent.
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. You're dreaming, pig.
A little.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno!
Shitload, pig.
Don't tell the pig
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno, you...
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to... Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dip.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the... You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even... I don't know. Mesk or... I don't...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding? You wanna know where?
Don't tell him!
It's not fucking lame.
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit...
It's impossible to deduce what it is.
What testing...
Get lost,
The fuck about it? You're testing Kuno...
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno... Look at that fucking shit. Fuck does Kuno know?
The lieutenant...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Keep that...
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie Opagite descent. It used to be...
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out.
No! You told him about it and now he knows.
This city is not fucking lame. And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that.
Explain himself? As if, explain. You must get to the bottom of this one of these days.
Kuno doesn't...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boot. 1. Standard work. 2. Standard work boot. 3. Hobnailed work. 4. Standard work boot. Number 40. You don't know. 5. Another standard work boot. 6. An aberration. light as air. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work. 8. And yet another standard work boot. Number
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? $200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. A woman? Or a kid? Okay.
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or a drummer only uses their right foot for the kick drum. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the... We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. A week, maybe?
It is not.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the...
What do I think? A mob of people brought... Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle.
Indeed. Yes, everything fits so well. The lieutenant's eyes...
Either way. What else?